G'day guys, Morsey here. I'm back again with another elevator. Now this one is an older design that I've made. It is the adjustable multi-floor elevator. Now this design has been tweaked a bit recently. I have been having a lot of people ask where the tutorial was for this design. It's a couple of months old now. What basically happened is the wiring that I had under that design was functional only. It wasn't compacted and it wasn't efficient. So I took some time to go ahead and redesign the whole wiring system underneath, and this is what I've come up with. It's a really nice modular design, and at the moment we have 6 floors enabled here. And of course we're using my 3x4 Minivator with a few tweaks to make it multi-floor capable. And what we can do here is we can just press this button, which will select the floors we want to go to. The button is quick response, so we don't have to wait at all. So we can have 1 and 2. So that's floor number 2. We hit this button to go, and it will start off any moment. What will happen is it will bring a set of pistons down from the top here, and there they go. These pistons will make its way down, and then after a certain amount of time has passed, the pistons at the bottom will start like that, and where the 2 pistons meet is where the carriage stops, and they both turn around and go the other way. So this is floor number 2, so we've got 1 and 2. Now as you can see, there's quite a large distance between the first and second floor. Not such a large distance between the second and third. Then we've got a big gap here, and the 5th and 6th floor are quite close. So that's one of the benefits of using this design, is you can adjust where you want the floors to be, and it's as simple as just changing the amount of items in these hoppers. So this is floor number 1, and what this does is it provides 65 items worth of delay to this set of pistons down here. That causes the pistons at the top to make it almost all the way down before these ones start, and it means that you can just press the button once here and the carriage will make its way down to here. Now the way that this system works is it's using one of the item length counters that I've made for many of my other elevators, and you can actually change it very easily. So let's say that at the moment this is the first floor. Maybe your base that you're using this in, here comes the elevator now, so it will just stop here. You can actually see pistons here, they start and stop. So maybe this is your first floor and you have a skyscraper, but maybe you don't. Maybe this whole elevator design is underground, and this part here is where the ground is, and this is the only bit that sticks out of the top. So essentially you want to make this the first floor, and maybe you want to go down to the 6th floor. So to do that, all we have to do here is locate where the first floor is at the moment. Let's make that to 6, and then around where 6 was, which is over here, we can make that into floor number 1. Now when we press this button, it will immediately start going up, and it will make its way to what is now renamed as the first floor, which is up here. So as you can see, it's extremely simple to change around the complete hierarchy of your floors to make it suit your build. So when this gets up here, I'll show you also, we can adjust these floors very precisely. There we go. So let's go to floor number 5. Actually, let's stick here on floor number, well, this is now 6 at the moment, floor number 6. So if we go around to here, now let's say we want to, let's take out 2 items here, and we'll dial in floor number 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's this floor. We hit this button here. Now the elevator will start coming down from up there. So that's your call feature. So there goes the elevator, it's going down. Now when it gets down here, what I did was I removed 2 items from this hopper, and what that will do is it will affect the timing at which this piston set is released, And what it should do is make the floor of the elevator one block higher than you expect. There we go. So as you can see, it's one block higher. So you can literally put this design, you can change the items to put these floors at exactly the right height to suit your build. The only thing that limits that a little bit is the position of the buttons. So the button goes here at the moment. The next one would have to be here, unless you use different wiring to hook it up. So you could put it here, for example, and then use a repeater or a torch to get up to here. So that's the only limitation, but otherwise you could put your floors wherever you like. Okay, so just quickly I want to address some of the limitations with this design. Quite often I get asked if my elevators work on multiplayer servers, and the answer is yes, provided you have a vanilla multiplayer server. So this design, along with pretty much all of my elevator designs, operate most effectively on vanilla single player and vanilla multiplayer. When you start introducing mods and mod clients, like Bukkit for example, they do some funny things with some of this timing, and it can adversely affect the design up to and including the design not working at all. So sometimes it will work. I have heard of people trying these out on their servers and it has worked, but so far the only thing that works 100% of the time is vanilla. So that should answer that question for you. Consoles is another question I get asked. This isn't intended to be used for consoles. At the moment the consoles are just a little bit behind where we are at the moment with Redstone, and some of the things work slightly differently than the PC version. I'm sure when more updates for consoles come out, something like this will be highly likely to be possible, but until then they do not suit consoles at the moment. People who have large amounts of lag on their servers, or on their single player for that matter, if they don't have a great computer, this can cause a little bit of lag. As of an update a little while back, comparators and repeaters don't create lighting updates anymore, which is good. That's what this glowstone was here for originally. I still leave it there just to keep it nice and light in the back here, and when these torches go on and off they will provide lighting updates, so that's one thing. But if you do have trouble with lag, you can always switch the system off and just leave it off, and you can even set it up if you want with a hopper timer to only run for a certain amount of time and then turn itself off. So what you would have to do is rig up some buttons here or a lever so that you could switch it on while you wanted to use it, and then have a hopper timer run so that when the hopper timer is finished it switches off again. That'd be pretty simple to implement as well, so you could do that too. Okay, so I just want to quickly show you this one as well. Now this is an older elevator. It's the multi-floor version of my 3x4 elevator. It's the non-adjustable version. So that one's adjustable, this is non-adjustable. The floors are every 3 blocks, and I have had a few people having problems with it at the moment. I've got this now to show you what can happen if you're having problems. Now if we go down here to this set of hoppers, this is the main floor selection set, and if we go inside it you can see that it's glitched out and it's actually cycling between one item in there. Now to correct this, because if you don't correct this the elevator won't work, so to correct this we need to take out the items, and you can see it resets there, and we can put them back in again. Now that's fixed up there. What happens is sometimes this piston gets a bud effect, and it causes it to glitch out a little bit. So once we've reset that hopper, we can then go back to the floor selection. Now with this design I just very quickly put in a little indicator system. So if you've made this design already, you can use this indicator system and retrofit it. So we've got just off this torch here, we've got a little redstone line that comes up here to a torch tower which goes all the way to the top, and I've replaced these blocks with lamps. Now what will happen is if we press this button here, the lamp will stay on until it's okay to press the button again. So we can press it again there. And that seems to be the bulk of problems that people have, is that they don't leave enough time for the system to process the button pushes, and it gets the hoppers confused and they end up doing that cycling thing you saw earlier. So that's 16 items in there. That's 2 floors. So this is ground floor, first floor, second floor. So if we press that now similarly with this button over here, as long as this lamp is turned off, you can press that button safely, and we can see now once this starts up, it will get up to floor number 2, just like that. The other thing is you do need to allow time for this hopper to empty before you can dial in another floor. So this is emptying, and there we go. So now we can dial in another floor. Another thing is some people had this floor confused with floor number 1. It's actually the ground floor, so you don't have to push the button at all for this. You just push this one and it will automatically bring it down to the bottom floor. So that's just a little side note there. I did have a couple of people asking some questions, so this will be included in the world download with this guy, and I'm also going to leave my working out wiring there as well for you guys to have a look through and just see how I think when I put that stuff together. So there we go, that elevator has come down to the ground floor. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check me out on all the various other platforms. I'm really trying to get my Twitter up and running. I've only got a few followers at the moment, and I'd really like to get some more on there so that we can get that going and keep you up to date with what I'm doing. And I'm also looking at starting to do some Twitch streaming if I can, because that looks like a lot of fun as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.